busy start to the day. I'm gonna go back to our typical Thursday routine. Standing there, and there's a few buildings that they are planning to put places under demolish it. Interesting image, honestly. Sweating or watch. Just look at their faces. What an ambience, even outside. So the time is 12:56, and can hear piano playing. Listen. Yeah, okay, yeah, that was kind of awkward, but it's still playing. That was kind of funny, honestly. Well, despite a very busy start to the day, I'm gonna go back to our typical Thursday routine. So, if you haven't seen yesterday's video, beside the story that I made up about the teenage driver, the elderly woman, and that oak tree, me and my mom have been to the pet store. I was looking around, but one thing that we did get is a stick for Smokey where we got the rope. And yes, this is really, really interesting that it has some softballs, even butterflies. Like, what even are these? Because they do look quite soft. But nevertheless, so this is another one of those jumpy toys that I could get for Smokey. And you knew it. Every Thursday afternoon, just after coming back from school, time to time I get super drunk. Oh, great lord, I was gonna be kind of silly, but just realized that the food has come. Oh, thank you. Well, good to be back. I mean, I came here on that day, like, I challenged myself to drink the beer really fast, and I was talking about this group project that I did in English class.
Ducks all the way to the corner.
Wow. So, I'm just taking this time to drive because it does seem like a lot of changes are going to be done here, and as well at the harbor. So yeah, you can see these yachts standing there, and there's a few buildings that are preparing to get demolished at this point. So this area could, like, there's a lot gonna change. Like, some time ago there was a hefty windstorm that happened in this area that closed so many workplaces for 2 or 3 days.
Closed for a few days due to the weather conditions.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about here is that they are planning to put places under demolish it at this point. There's going to be a lot of, you can see that this parking lot is empty, so they're pretty much prepared for that. That was a heck of a Thursday evening. Now the time is 5:15, 5:15, and did a lot of driving around the Pacific coast, and discovered even another area that was put into construction in that part of the coast that has that kids park, and sometimes those birds get really, really silly there. Last month I made fun of one that was looking kind of aggressive, sitting on the trash can, and one that was being a show off like a monkey. And that area at the entrance, there had been 5s, even 6s of parking spots. I know I'm ridiculous when I say this. Usually people say 10s, even 100s. But yeah, a lot of parking spots have been blocked. And I mean, a lot is changing in that area after that hefty windstorm. Although I was not here, it was during the weekend before New Year's. And finally an update on that veterinarian store. After months of working, they have finally opened a new vet store. Like, previously they have had a vet store here like 2 years ago, but then they had to shut it down and replace it with a new store. It's sunset and it's pizza night, and that's kind of, yeah, man, I was just going to say, it's like everyone is going on holiday. It's like almost nobody's even there. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just slicing onions and all that, but it's kind of limited. And like I was talking about earlier today, you can see the harbor. So some part of that area, I think it's going to be renewed, and a lot of stuff are going to be taken out. Monster Bash. Yeah, I don't know what happened. in that device. That's kind of funny. Look, they got Frankenstein in it, and some. Look at this dude right here from Rocky. It's like a freaking Rocky classic, but Monster Bash. That's what it is. And Pharaoh guitar. How funny when this is. Yeah, dopey sloths. All those over there. Freaking snails. Or what can I say? But it's funny how they got this out. I mean, this is not the first time I came here. How funny in this picture over here. Alright, I'll show you afternoon, but this is kind of funny as well. Okay, now let's just see this. Interesting image, honestly. So letting her watch. Just look at their faces. Like, it does look like just a completely random picture. Like a pizza party here. You can tell there's a chef, and a few of these clowns, but like just their faces. They just love pizza, don't they? So yeah, that was a nice pizza night. Looking at that picture, wow. It's like I heard to myself, Little Caesars, have a pizza party and just gamble, bet on a lot of money and this and all that. And just like that. Just when I had looked at the picture, right after that, I was almost tripping on my ankle. Like I almost fell off that stair. That was a nice trip to the pizzeria, except for those kids who were playing hide and seek for 10 to 15 minutes of our time there. Just totally mad. I just want to look at that Monster Bash game. But what do these kids have on their backs? Shells. It's easy to tell. You know, it's a bit like two monkeys jumping in and around the cage. Even in a circus show, it's like two lions trying to pass through a hula hoop in a circus show, this and that. But what's even crazy was that they hid under the table and two other people were waiting to take that seat, and those kids were still hiding under that table playing hide and seek. And a few other kids, you know, you play in the playground, hide and seek, like one guy just hides and the other one counts from 1 to 10. But they freaking counted from 1 to 20. Believe it, 20. Like, imagine if someone was to pay me $70 to pretend to be a guy that counts from 1 to 20 in a Mr. Different movie. Like in that scene that we're playing hide and seek in a Mr. Different movie. Like just assume that if I was to make a Mr. Different movie. Like in scene 1, I go to the cafeteria, get a cappuccino, and then I meet some nice dude talking about AI and stuff. But then in the second scene, we go together to the pizzeria and find kids counting from 1 to 20. And suppose in this scene, we're reading newspapers, seeing all the images, talking all the chaos that's going on and this and that. But yeah, it's just like making a Mr. Different movie, just like the story that I made up in yesterday's video about that oak tree, about the teenage driver driving in a black BMW M7 and an elderly woman driving a blue Toyota Prius. And that was kind of an entertaining story, honestly. So guys, that will pretty much do for today. I am just gonna get a little bit more document work done on my second assignment, and then I'll be done tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a Pushables episode, as you know. A while ago, we have put this camera that we connected with the Porsche. For some reason, it has stopped working while I was out of here. In late November, we have installed this camera. We put every part in for the device, and we got into work the first weekend of December. So what's up with the camera right now? It's been out of battery, so we're charging it, and then we'll get to place it back into the Porsche and get better surveillance in the car. So I have come back here on Monday after 3.5 weeks of being away, what I could call a winter vacation. Now it is Thursday night. It's going to be Friday in a few hours. Now the time is 8:28, and I do feel like I'm not going to get to make it another hour. In the last month, I had spoke about this performances outside the rock school. I think on Saturday they were was supposed to be a major drum event, like a advanced jam event, but I think they have moved that to another day because of an extraordinary weather warning. Because on Saturday it will rain for some part of the day. It'll be like an on and off rain at times. It'll be heavy. Sunday won't be too bad, but on Monday we are looking to have a lot of rain. Crazy, but I will be looking to have my first trip back to the rock school on that day. This crazy that I want to buy a black t-shirt for 90 bucks, but then I look in my wallet, realize that there's only 80 bucks. That kind of a situation. Anyway, so that will do it for today. Thank you for watching this video. I'm hoping that you enjoyed it. See you guys tomorrow.